before I start this video, I must say a big thank you for the guys over at Unibet who have agreed to sponsor us for the next couple of weeks for these transfer videos. If today's transfer video isn't enough for you, head over to their blog. I'll leave a link in the description down below for all transfer news. They've got news breaking all the time. They've got some really good writers over there, so make sure you check that out. Give it a click in the link in the description down below after you've watched this video, of course.
Well, yeah, we could have spoke about Masuaku, new 5-year deal. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. It's a bit of a weird one. I said to you on the phone earlier. I didn't see it coming. 5-year deal with an option for a further 2 years. Pellegrini obviously rates him and trusts him, and by the looks of it, I think he's going to be our starting left back.
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? Like he's a 5-year deal, of course. Is he worth a 5-year deal, Ryan?
It's difficult to say. Look, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up Masuaku's ass because I haven't been a big fan of him. He's a decent player. I prefer him more attacking than defending. But look, maybe Pellegrini's pulled him to one side and said, "Look, if you want to be my starting left back, you're going to have to work harder and work on your defending." So, a 5-year deal seems quite a lot. Maybe a 3-year deal. But he's only 25, so he's still young.
The thing is with him, I think that with Masuaku, he's either one way or the other. Is he? One week he's absolutely fantastic. He looks like best player on the pitch. The next week he could be absolutely awful. West Brom comes to mind, Ryan.
Yeah, I agree. He's not consistent enough to be in the starting 11 week in, week out, and that's the only thing that does worry me if he's going to go in as our first choice left back. But look, Aaron Creswell as well ain't in good form. He hasn't been for the last couple of seasons. So I'm surprised that we didn't go out and get a left back. But look, if Pellegrini rates him and he's given him a 5-year deal, maybe he has said to him, look, work on your defending and you'll be my #1 choice at left back.
Rob J in a comment says he's exciting. That he is, mate. That he is. Barbara Bowler says, Nicky looking smooth. Diet looks like to be going well. Yeah. It is going well. I've dropped off a little bit the last week or so. I haven't been as sort of strict on myself, but I'm getting back into it again. I've got a nice chicken in the oven. We'll have that with a little bit of cauliflower rice. Nicky's gone. Kojak says Darren Clarkson. Yeah, all I need is a lollipop, mate. Is the season predicted? No, not yet. The football jet. Hi, Nicky. Thoughts on Kings Meadow? Don't know what Kings Meadow is, do you?
No, I don't. Kings Meadow, and that a football ground, isn't it?
It's got to be some sort of football ground, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
No, I'll have. He'll. I'm sure fill us in a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Fulham on Saturday. We would. Well, I wasn't there personally. You wasn't there personally, but we as a channel were there. From what you saw at Fulham, mate, was you impressed?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there wasn't a stream for the game, so I was just reading it on West Ham's Twitter. But I watched the highlights that they put out on their YouTube channel, and yeah, I thought it was exciting to see players like Fornals, Lanzini, Anderson, and Sebastian Haller start together. They looked like they was causing Fulham a lot of problems. Lanzini looked decent. Maybe Lanzini might benefit from having players like Fornals on the pitch with him because it frees him up to do a lot more. And it's exciting if we can get them all ticking. And obviously you've got Jack Wilshere there. Yeah, look, if we can get that forward line working together, creating chances for Haller, it's going to be a mad season.
People told me from people that was there was saying that Haller is full of running. He's got all the runs in him of a top quality centre forward. But we was a bit slow to find him. But that will come with time. He's only been there a week. He's been chucked straight into a starting lineup. But that I think that's what a true centre forward gives you. He'll always be running, and they'll learn the runs. You know what I mean? Like Arnautovic was good. Don't get me wrong. When he moved up front, he scored a lot of goals for us. But he sort of lacked that movement of a centre forward. He was good at closing down. He was good at work rate and all that. But he lacked that sort of centre forwards instinct. And I think that's what Haller is going to give us. And with Fornals, I mean, Fornals looked the more tasty to me because he looked absolutely class at times.
Yeah, I totally agree. As you said, Haller's good. He's gonna he's going to get opportunities. He's going to get a lot of when you've got players like Anderson, Fornals, Lanzini, they're going to create chances for him. As you said, it was their first sort of 45 minutes together on a football pitch. You can do it all day in training because you haven't got an opposition team tackling you and breaking the play down. But when it comes to doing it on the pitch, I mean, I thought he looked quite lively. His first game in English football. I know it's against Fulham, but Fulham sort of had a decent team out. They had their chances as well. I mean, Fabianski pulled off a great save in the first half. He just picked up from where he left off last season, really.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, go on, mate. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, but yeah, as you said, standout player for me was Fornals. I'm really looking forward to him coming up against the likes of Man City and other Premier League teams, because I see on Sky Sports News the other day, they sort of this transfer show.
Johnny M says, out of 10, how confident are you we will buy someone else? I'll answer this first. 9.
I'm going to say 11.
Yeah.
I'm confident there's one, maybe 2 more signings coming. Maybe a couple of loans, but I can see us buying someone else.
Yeah, thoughts on Danny Welbeck wants 100k a week. You know what I've been seeing a lot this week? Adebayor.
Oh, don't. I heard Sam Allardyce on TalkSport today talking about Adebayor, how close we nearly got him when he sent Colton Cole to West Brom, and then at 11:45 at night, Daniel Levy pulled out the deal that we was going to get Adebayor on loan, and that was 4 years ago.
He's 35.
Yeah, I think the newspapers is just trying to link him with everyone now. I'll be very surprised if he was a West Ham player come the end of this transfer. Saying that though, no, I probably wouldn't be surprised because it's a typical West Ham thing to do.
Has he got any quality though, Adebayor?
Probably, you could probably reach the top shelf in Tesco's. That's about it, really. If you'd have asked me that question 10 years ago, I'd have said yeah. But
I'll be honest with you, I've never really seen the fascination with him ever since he sort of left Arsenal. He's never been a top forward. I know he's played for some top clubs. I don't know how he's played for some of these clubs.
He was decent when he went to City as well.
Well, they paid big money for him, mate. Yeah, at the time, £25 million was on. He was at Real Madrid. He's been at 8. I think he was at AC Milan. Yeah,
the answer to that 10, and 9 of them were you.
Yeah. So but it's ridiculous. I've never really seen the fascination with him. He gets lazy. He has one good season, like when he was at Spurs. He had one good season when he was on loan. As soon as they signed him, he got lazy, and then they sold him. You know, it's that. Well, they didn't sell him. They spent a long time trying to get him off their books. Yeah,
no. As I said, it would be a typical West Ham signing, but I think I'm hoping that we've passed them days. And look, there's been a lot on the social media today about Danny Welbeck. Would I take him? Yeah, I probably would. I would take him, but not $100,000 a week. If you got him in on a good deal, a free transfer, he is a decent player. But yeah, it's going to be there's 10 days left of this transfer window, and I think the next 10 days we're going to be linked with 10 different players each day. It's just what happens, and but we definitely need a couple more, 2 or 3 bodies in the door to complete the squad.
Barzan says, yeah, he wasn't quality, just played Madrid, Arsenal, City. Look, I didn't say he wasn't quality. I just said I've never really seen the fascination with him after he left Arsenal. I never said he wasn't quality. I just don't think I think it's not his ability. His ability ain't in question, but it's his attitude towards football. And he's 35 now. I mean, he went to Palace as well, never done it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Danny Welbeck being obviously linked quite a bit as well because he's on a free transfer. Daniel Sturridge is still about. I don't know. I don't know about the centre forward. We might even pay some money for someone.
Yeah, I mean, there's still rumours flying around about Diego Costa. I mean, I can't see it. I mean, did you see the game the other night? Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. They won 7. Atletico Madrid won 7-3. Costa got sent off, and I think he scored 4 goals.
Yeah,
that's what I love about Costa. He's so up and down, but I can't see it happening. But that would be a dream
there
dream
seems to be a
signing.
little bit of turmoil at Madrid at the minute, but I don't know. You know what I mean? That's I'd like to be in turmoil as much as them. Yeah, Costa still getting mentioned here, there, and everywhere, but let's be honest, they're not going to spend £1 million a month on wages, are they?
Nah, they're not. It's that's what I'm saying. There's going to be probably you got the Southampton. Is it Lamina? We're linked with him. There's a couple of them young players. I think X mentioned them. One's at PSV, and there's loads of players that we're still going to be linked with over these next 10 days. And I just can't wait for the window to be shut. Just quickly, obviously this week as well, we've had 2 players leave the club: Jordan Hugill and Marcus Brown. I said the other day I'm a bit surprised with the Marcus Brown one for how cheap he went. But Jordan Hugill, well, I say he's finally left the club. He's left on loan. It's a bit of a weird one, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. I could see his point, if I'm honest. I could see his point. He's on a lot of money at West Ham. He's in my own mind, mate. He's done nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like I've said this in previous videos. He's done nothing wrong. And you know, when they're talking about him going back up north and that, you know, it's a big upheaval to sort of like move, you know, your family and your everything that you've got, and move schools for the kids and all that sort of thing. So I'm not surprised he didn't just up and leave at the request of someone that, 18 months ago or whatever it was now was telling him, yeah, you're going to be in our plans. When they convinced him to move from Preston to London. So he was probably looking for a London club, to be honest with you, because he doesn't have to move. He can keep his kids in the same school. He can commute every day. A very, very dodgy deal. Very dodgy deal. But,
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, listen, Jordan Hugill and Preston won the lottery when West Ham got involved. They took him, and as you said, he's never had a real chance at West Ham. David Moyes done his old club a favour, and his son, because he's Hugill's agent. So yeah, look, as we said, he's never really had a chance. QPR could be a perfect fit for him, and I think you'll probably see him definitely leave the club in the summer on full time. I think he'll definitely leave the club.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
I see a lot of people saying here about the Obiang video. Did you see it?
Yes, I did. Yeah, look, he melted my heart with that video, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's what you want to see, and it's what you want to hear in it from a player when he leaves the club. Hopefully, one day he will come back to West Ham, and as he said, join in with the fans and sit there. And I think he's got he's earned everyone's respect. You know what I mean? It's always good when you see a player leave a club on good terms, and I wish him well for the future.